UFC 245 is just wrapped up. Here is your full mount MMA recap. To kick off the prelims, Matt Brown defeated Ben Saunders via knockout in the second round.
But why was he? Big elbow. Huge elbow. That's it. He's out.
Matt Brown back in a big way tonight.
Irene Aldana snaps Ketlen Vieira's 10-fight winning streak by defeating her via KO in the very first round.
But she's not.
That'll change your career.
Geoff Neal defeated Mike Perry via TKO in the first round.
Mike Perry. Oh, big high kick. He hurt him.
Derek Brunson reacted saying, "Damn." MMA Roasted says Dan Miragliotta just told Mike Perry he's winning the fight and should continue. Tatiana Suarez says, "Damn man, so fast. First time I saw him fight was at UFC 228 where I fought Carla. I knew he would be a problem. This guy's for real." Luis Pena says, "Shit happens. Platinum Perry is still one of the realest in the game. Go out on your shield." And Angela Hill says, "Yo, Shin's a steel kneel." Petr Yan defeated Urijah Faber via KO in the third round.
Urijah has had some success. He definitely did hurt. Oh, that's it.
Petr Yan stops Urijah Faber in round 3.
Dylan Dennis reacted saying, "Faber is one tough motherfucker. Much respect." And Germaine Sterling says, "Congrats. You look like an animal. Can't wait to lock it up with you." Marlon Moraes defeated Jose Aldo via split decision. Immediately after the decision, the crowd started booing Marlon during his post-fight speech. Marlon says that he would be down to run it back. Jimmy Manuwa reacted saying, "I honestly thought Aldo had that." Stephen Thompson says, "Great fight between Aldo and Moraes. Aldo had that last round. What do y'all think?" Ben Askren says, "I think 29-28 Moraes. Very close." And Cub Swanson says, "Aldo looked really good. I thought he won that fight." Amanda Nunes defeated Germaine Randaime via unanimous decision. For the co-main event, Alexander Volkanovski defeated Max Holloway via unanimous decision. Volkanovski is now on an 18-fight winning streak. Megan Anderson tweeted, "Words cannot express how happy I am for Alexander Volkanovski. This is huge for Australia and I'm so proud to rep our amazing country alongside such an amazing person." Tatiana Suarez says, "Great game plan." Mac Malley tweeted a picture of Daniel Cormier and said, "Me waking up tomorrow remembering that Max Holloway isn't champion anymore." Nico Price says, "Good job Alexander Volkanovski." And Brett Okamoto tweeted that Dana White says that he wants to book the rematch between Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway in Australia next. And for the main event, Kamaru Usman defeated Colby Covington via TKO in the 5th round. During the fight, Colby told his corner that he broke his jaw.
I think I broke my jaw.
Here's how the MMA community reacted to the main event. Ben Askren says, "I can't decide whether to be pumped or sad." Francis Ngannou says, "Thank you my brother Usman for making America great again." Stephen Wonderboy Thompson says, "What a performance by Usman. Stayed composed and stuck to the game plan. Congrats my friend. Colby Covington is one tough dude. Great night of fights." Damian Maya says, "Congratulations to the champion Kamaru Usman for the win. You're the champion for a reason. Tough, hard fight by both. Colby is super tough and showed it again." Leon Edwards says, "All this fight is showing me is that in 2020 I become world champion." Germaine Sterling says, "Terrible stoppage. That sucks. Colby was going to lose that 5th round bad and lose the fight, but that stoppage was not right. He was still intelligently defending himself, as per the rulebook." Chris Weidman agrees with Germaine. The Rock says, "What an epic fight. Respect to both men. Congrats Usman." And here's some footage of both Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman leaving the octagon. A 5-round heavyweight fight between Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik is set to headline UFC Fight Night in Columbus. Francis Ngannou is coming off a first-round TKO over Junior Dos Santos, and Rozenstruik is coming off a 5th-round KO win over Alistair Overeem. UFC heavyweight Alexander Volkov reacted to the news. On his Twitter he wrote, "Is it just me or Francis Ngannou just evaded me again? He wanted to fight me so much but ducked me for the other guy as soon as I asked the UFC to fight him. He is funny." Francis Ngannou responded back saying, "Shut up," and Volkov ended it off with, "Your intelligence level is inspiring. Making such thoughtful and deep remarks won't change the fact that you are the one who is too scared to fight me, now twice. Dana White in a recent interview speaks on why Conor McGregor will jump ahead of Justin Gaethje for a title fight if he defeats Donald Cerrone. He said that the bad blood between Conor and Khabib was next level, and that Conor will be ready to fight for the title next if he wins. Speaking of Brett Okamoto, he went on to say, first of all, let's not count Cowboy out. Come on guys, Conor, look at what McGregor has done over the last however many years, right? And then he loses to Khabib in a fight that was, you talk about bad blood, that was like next level of bad blood. Gaethje is on his way up too. We offered Gaethje a lot of fights that Gaethje hasn't taken either, so Conor is in line next for this title if he beats Cowboy. Because Conor wants to fight 3 times this year and he's hoping that if he beats Cowboy, he could turn right around and fight Khabib. That timing and math isn't going to work out, but Conor. Conor thinks the way Conor thinks. So his thing is, I'll fight Cowboy, I'll beat Cowboy, and I'll be ready to fight Khabib at 155 if anything happens. Because if we're going to do Khabib and Tony again, so in Conor's mind, Conor would be ready for that fight. The level of disrespect shown to Cowboy through this whole thing, apparently people forgot. Cowboy's lost 2 in a row before and came back and gone on unbelievable runs. Dominic Reyes on UFC Unfiltered speaks on his upcoming fight with John Jones. Both fighters are scheduled to face each other at UFC 247.
Yeah, I feel fantastic. Just like you said, I'm undefeated. I haven't lost. So I feel the same way he does, if not better, I have everything to gain and nothing to lose in this fight. I've worked my whole life for this, and I'm not just going to let it just slide by. I'm bringing everything. He's been the champ since I've been training MMA. Regardless of how anybody feels about him, he's still, we're really undefeated in the division, 14-time champ or whatever he is. So it's been watching him go in there and do what he does, whether it's you like him or not, it's a thing to behold. Yeah, so Jones, maybe the first and second round, he just analyzes his opponent. He tries to get you to show him your tells, get you to, kind of open up. He'll leave openings for you, but then he'll know the way out. So he's real smart in kind of seeing what you got, trying to get you to open up your game so that going 3rd, 4th, 5th round, he knows exactly what your biggest strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And then he'll slowly start picking those apart later in the fight.
Brian Ortega recently became a first-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Michael Bisping explains why he believes Khabib versus Tony Ferguson will happen for the 5th time. He also mentions that Justin Gaethje would be the ideal backup fighter if anyone drops out.
There's no way this fight can fall out for a 5th time. And of course, I'm tempting fate there, but I just don't see it. Look, what was the last one? The last one was Tony Ferguson walking through the Fox studios 2 or 3 days before the actual fight, trips on a cable and tears his ACL. That was just wild. One time Khabib had to go to the hospital, I think, when he was cutting weight. There's been all these crazy circumstances. I just fail to see how that can happen. He's the ideal backup for any of those. If one party out of those 2 big fights, Conor, Cowboy, Khabib, Ferguson, any one of them drops out, Gaethje's the next guy. So yeah, he's doing the right thing. Whether or not the UFC pay him, that's his job as a fighter. You want to stay in shape, you want to work on your skill set, you want to try and improve all the time. It's funny I hear about these fighters, these young, low-level fighters. It used to drive me crazy, and I know it drives Perillo crazy. Sometimes we're in the gym and some guy that's had like 1 fight he's talking about what he's going to focus on in this training camp. You don't have training camps at that stage of your career. You know what I mean? You just train. You train because that's your job. When I used to train in the early days, I'd have a fight on a Saturday night. Monday morning, I was back in the gym because I was in that building phase. I was still trying to learn, trying to get better, trying to round out my skill set and truly become world class. So Gaethje's doing the right thing. Just keep doing that. Keep training like you're supposed to. And if one of them drops out, he'll be there to jump in.
That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to Full Mount MMA on YouTube. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Michael Stevens, and it says, "I'm worried for Aldo. In my opinion, I think it's too late in the career for this type of move against a killer like Marlon, but who knows." The second one's from Yoel Goldstein. It says, "Bro, I've been looking for your page forever. Glad to hear you back at it again. Thank you, my friend." And the final one says, "I like Max and Khabib, but being beaten by Dustin answers the question already." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to drop a comment down below on this one.